Hey guys, on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make this heart chocolate cake. To start our cake, we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, make sure you sift it, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 tablespoon of espresso powder. Whisk that up. Now we're going to add 1 cup of milk, and you can use buttermilk, almond, or coconut milk, 1/2 cup of oil, and I'm using melted coconut, but you could do veggie or canola. We're going to need 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then 1 cup of boiling water. Now you're going to want to line 2 8-inch baking pans with parchment paper, and then I like to give it a good spray with nonstick spray just for the edges. You can oil and flour those if you'd like, it's totally up to you. Now pour your batter evenly into both of your pans. Now we're going to bake at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. Now for our chocolate frosting, we need 1.5 cups of softened butter, 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, sifted, 5 cups of powdered sugar, sifted, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, or you can use milk or half and half, 1 tablespoon of espresso powder, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. Now mix until nice and fluffy and easy to spread. Here I'm adding hot water to the icing. This helps soften the icing, making it easier to spread. This is optional, so if your icing is smooth and spreadable, don't worry about it. But if your kitchen is cold like mine, this is a helpful trick. After the cakes have cooled, remove them from the pan, wrap them in plastic wrap, and place in the fridge or freezer for 4 hours. This will make it easier when it comes to cutting them. Okay, so before we begin our cake decorating, I just wanted to go over a couple things with you. Okay, so in front of us we have some different spatulas. We have a small straight, and we have a large straight, we have a small offset, and then a large offset. Now my favorite ones to use are the offset, and the one that I will grab 99.999 times out of anything is this little one. I feel like I just have a lot more control versus the big one. I don't know why, but these just like give me a cramp in my hand. I don't know why, but anyway, so this is the one I will be using, and I'll make sure to link one of these. I'll make sure to link all of these, but this is my favorite. Okay. So we have our round cake, and it has been chilling. Now ideally I would like to have it in the freezer at least for 4 hours or so, just so it can firm up. If it's too warm, then you'll end up having a lot of crumbs, which is the opposite of what you want. So we're gonna take that off. To make a heart out of our circle, it's not perfect, but pretty close. Then you're gonna turn it, and then we're gonna mold it like that. So you're gonna take it like that, and then we're gonna put it like this. Okay, let's build our cake. Okay, now when you're using a turntable, grab one of these little sticky pads. It's just a drawer liner, and then you can put your turntable on top and it's not gonna move around. So to ice our cake, I'm just taking a little dab of the chocolate icing, and I'm gonna stick that right there. We're gonna take a little bit of the icing, and then we're gonna bring our, looks like a little baseball diamond, right there. Now we're gonna need to glue on our sides. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the icing and I'm adding it to the edge. And then I'm gonna take one edge and bring it in. And then we're gonna take the other and bring it in. And that's just gonna be our glue. Now, so I'm just gonna make a good little plop, and then I'm just gonna push this icing around the edges. Now, if you wanna add 2 layers, then you definitely can. I'm just doing a single layer cake. And then to get the sides, I like to scoop it on my spatula and then put it on my little spatula. And some people use the front. I always use the back. Whatever is easier. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let this chill for about 30 minutes and then we'll come back and do one more layer and then we'll do our border. And then I just always like to clean up my edges. So what we just did was, it would be like a thick crumb coat. You can do it thinner than that. That's just what I did. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let this hang out in the fridge and then we'll be right back. All right, now we're gonna add one more layer. Now, if you have a bench scraper, you can use this, but you don't have to. You can just keep doing, just smoothing it with your spatula. I'm just gonna show you, if you have one, what you can do. And I'm just starting on one side, and I'm just bringing it around. And then I'm just gonna bring in my edges. And then I'm just gonna come in just like that. Okay, I think that's about as smooth as we're gonna get. Now I'm just gonna trim the edges just a touch, and then we're gonna move this to our cake pedestal. Here's our cake pedestal. Now to transfer this, I'm just gonna use our big offset spatula. That looks good. Now we're gonna do our border. Now I have a piping bag and what is this? This is an 845 tip. Now normally I'm just gonna stick this in here and then I would cut the tip off. Now if you don't have a piping bag, you can use a gallon bag or a quart bag. You just don't want to use one that's gusseted like this, because if you go to snip the corner, it's going to end up with a huge hole. So you want one that's got a straight edge like that. You do not want a gusseted edge or a gusseted bag. It will not work, I promise. Okay, but we're going to do this. So you just push your tip all the way in. Like I said, you cut it with your scissors like that. Fold it down to create a collar. And then if you have a cup, you'll fold that in, and all that does is keep the icing from coming out the bottom. Put that in your bag. And then you have a nice and easy way to fill your piping bag without making a mess. And then by creating that collar, you don't make a mess all over the end of your bag. You just give it a good squeeze and then twist to create pressure. So then all you have to do is squeeze from back here. You don't want to squeeze from here. So you're squeezing to apply pressure. So I like to start on a corner, so I'm gonna start at the bottom, and we're gonna do the bottom and the top. So we're gonna make a C. So I'm just gonna squeeze. So I'm coming up and then coming down. Just gentle pressure, nothing crazy. Now you could keep this on the turntable, and had I had like a little cardboard circle, then that would have been easier, but I did not have any of those, so that's why we went with the parchment. Okay. And then now we're gonna do the top. Same thing. I'm gonna start on one corner. We're gonna do just squeeze and bring it up. Now we want to create more of a inside, like a more dramatic, whatever that piece is right there. So you can tell it's a heart. Okay. That's wanting to do something funky. Okay. Cute, cute. And now I'm just gonna do some sprinkles. Now, if you wanted to do 2 layers, then you would do a thin layer on top, and then you'd add your second cake, and then you'd do this, you'd add the other icing. But I just wanted a simple cake. Cute. And then if you wanted to write something on there, you could. But that's it. Cute little Valentine's Day cake. All right, guys, our chocolate cake is done. It turned out so cute. Now we're gonna give it a little taste test. The only bad thing about having a shape like this is that it's really hard to cut and take a cute picture of, so bear with me. Hopefully it looks cute, you know, in the picture. Okay. Ooh, yummy. Okay, let's give it a try. So it's rich and chocolatey. You know, we added the espresso powder in the chocolate or in the cake and in the frosting, but you can't taste it. It just helps add to that chocolate flavor. So I had this in the fridge. That's why it was so easy to cut like that. You don't have to keep it in the fridge at all. If you do and you cut it, I would definitely put a piece of plastic wrap or something on the exposed cake so it doesn't dry out. But this is perfectly fine to sit out on your counter. But anyway, I think that cake turned out really good. I will put a printable recipe down in the description. That way you can make it this Valentine's Day. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to seeing y'all on the next video. You can't have this, Winnie.